Mega Knockdown is a fighting game with a unique twist. It's also a turn-based game, with an experience differing depending on how you play it. Is this a risky combo to put together, or did they really pull it off? Well, there are 5 modes to choose from, each with their own strengths and with some sub-modes as well. One of those just so happens to be the first mode, Arcade. Arcade mode has the big 3 of difficulties, easy, normal, and hard, which do add substantial challenge and make the turn-based less of a cheat. What I mean by that is, in easy mode you are told the move your opponent is going to make, both the movement or direction and the attack or block. In normal you are only shown the movement and not the attack, and in hard it's all up to gut feeling. The differences in the 3 substantially change how you go about things by limiting the info you have before you make your moves, kind of like a fog of war that you add yourself. The modes within arcade mode is the basic arcade mode you were expecting, beat it with each character to see each of their interactions with the rest of the roster, as well as a special ending for each one. If you beat it with every character, you also unlock a new character, well, kind of. It's hard to explain without spoiling, but did make me laugh, that's for sure. The overall story revolves around a competition that your character of choice participates in, fighting the other characters as well as another version of themselves, in order to achieve a prize at the end. It's got a lot of good humor, some nice moments to give the characters differing personalities, but it's nothing too deep or world building at the end of the day. It does just enough to add something each run with each character, but not enough to satisfy people looking for an alternative to a story mode. Next to that you have survival mode. Take on one character after the other till you lose. It's endless and is a good way to practice with and against each character in order to learn them and formulate strategies around them. Versus CPU, pick your character and your opponent to fight against the computer. Pretty self-explanatory, but is good if you get stuck on arcade and decide you want to pummel a character into the ground that arcade helped you decide is your nemesis. Last but not least, the pause zone. Paw is one of the main characters and it's kind of a joke honestly, but it's pretty much survival with you only fighting paws. It's funnier when you experience it yourself, I swear. The next main mode is online. You fight against other real players, but you gotta join their Discord in order to try and find anybody because right now nobody is playing, which is a shame, and I truly hope this video can change that because it is an interesting twist on a formula and it's being very slept on. You also have local versus. You and a buddy can fight it out on the same computer. My dogs weren't much of a challenge though, so I recommend humans or maybe even monkeys if you truly want to enjoy this one. Tutorial, this is where you learn to play. Shocking, I know. But I advise you to check it out even if you're good at the normal fighting games. I didn't give it a gander till I got stuck on arcade mode and I wish I wasn't so stubborn and just started it to begin with. It's pretty helpful all things considered. Lastly, there's a training mode. It's good to try out moves, learn their range, speed, etc. with a dummy that does whatever the frick you want it to do. You can see the data from both sides and truly learn the insides and outs of both the characters involved. Outside of the modes, the settings really let you customize the key bindings with separate ones for combat and the menus, giving you full range of customization, lending to a very accessible experience. In fact, I have cerebral palsy and carpal tunnel, 2 things that make fighting games a stiff and painful experience. But the turn-based nature of the game, with the fact that the clock only moves when you do, truly gives me a fighting game that I can enjoy without feeling pressured to keep a fast pace. The incorporation of the turn-based tactics into a genre known for precise speed was a risky move that ultimately pays off. You can mash buttons to do attacks if you want, and it can feel close to a normal fighting experience without the capacity to spam, so keep that in mind. It always is about trading blows, and due to that isn't able to reach the competitive pace of other games within the fighting genre. That's okay though, it didn't follow their coattails, and even though there's references to other media, it created a formula all of its own, which I have nothing but respect and love for. If this seems just a little bit up your alley, then just go ahead and give it a look. I mean, what's it gonna hurt? And let me know in the comments below. But for more news, reviews, and whatever we choose, stay tuned to Nerdsfeed. Have a great day. Thank you.